Alright, hello everyone. We want to welcome you all back to the Fireweed Inn-terview. I'm your host, Soren Angel, and this is our show within a show, and we appreciate you all joining us. So today we will be conducting an interview with one of our new crew members, Minnie. But before we do, we'd like to give a shout out to some of the very talented artists and meme makers in our community. So as you may have already noticed, we have some beautiful artwork hanging in our tavern, courtesy of Pukwudgie, Abracazam, Mrs. Toxin, and LunaBear09. You will also notice a collection of legendary memes created by our amazing viewers like Icotheus, Boop the Raccoon, and our very own Minnie. This season, we wanted to steer away from AI and instead commission some of the very talented creators in our community to bring our visions to life. So you will notice our absolutely stunning character art for the main cast of this season is drawn by the amazing Abracazam, and our fantastic collection of emotes here on Twitch were created by LunaBear09, Abba, Pukwudgie, and Scupidity. And this season's NPCs are drawn by our very own GM Monk and lead cast member Always Sleepy. These beautiful pieces of art created by our community really make gaming related feel like home, so we appreciate all of the wonderful work you guys put in. Love you bunches. Alright, so if you are an artist or a legendary meme maker, we would love to see your creations. And if you visit our gaming related Discord, you may post your artwork in the community art channel and your top tier memes in the Memes Are Us channel. For those not using Discord, you can totally share your artwork by tagging us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. For formatting purposes, landscape orientation is preferred but not required. And if you do share your fabulous art, it may be featured in a future episode of Game Related. So, this week we are continuing our Season 2 Cast and Crew interview series, and before we get started, a quick reminder to those hanging out with us for the halftime show, you are more than welcome to send in questions for our guests to answer using your channel points, but please be respectful, and keep in mind that if your question goes against our community guidelines, or if the guest does not feel comfortable answering your question, it may be refunded. Today, we have the amazing Minnie with us today. Welcome to the halftime show. How do you feel?
Kind of hot. It was a hot day. It was a hot day today, and so I've been having my AC on and off all day. So yeah, my AC is actually running right now. Otherwise, I'm doing all right.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Are you ready to jump into these questions?
Hell yeah, I am.
Heck yeah. All right. So the first question, we're going to start with a simple one. What is your favorite food at the moment?
All right. At the moment, so not this last Friday, like 2 days ago, but the Friday before that, I made myself a batch of Japanese beef curry, which, for reference, it's basically like the ingredients of a beef stew, so like beef, carrots, potatoes, onions, that kind of stuff, but with the flavor seasoning, with more of like a flavor profile of like an Indian curry, not like a hot Indian curry, like a flavorful spicy, not like a hot spicy sort of thing. And it's yeah, and then instead of having it over like biscuits, like with a traditional American beef stew, have it over rice. And yeah, I made myself a big batch of that and ate it for about 5 days straight.
You know what? I don't blame you. That sounds absolutely fantastic. If you have the recipe for that, would you mind sending that my way? Because I would love to make that.
Yeah, let me write myself a note here so I don't forget.
So slay. I appreciate it. We did have a question come in from Yanie. Who is your favorite NPC so far from Campaign 2?
Ooh, not my favorite PC, but my favorite NPC. That's an interesting question.
There's a lot of Bens, so...
There are a lot of Bens, so it's kind of hard to decide between them a little bit. I do think, oh gosh, I always mix the two up. Is Ben is the butler, and Ben 10 is the kid.
Yep.
Right?
I think, wait. I'm pretty sure. Wait,
or is it okay.
It might be the other way around. I don't know. I don't remember. I think Ben's the kid. Right?
Whatever, the butler at the rich guy's house, whose name has been in it at some point. That one.
You were right. Ben 10's the kid.
Ah! Nailed it. I'm so smart on top of this. Yeah, I think Ben is my favorite so far because he is, yeah, I don't know. He just seems like an overall solid guy that doesn't have, like, I don't know. Okay. Actually, no, now that I'm remembering it, there was, like, the idea when, like, he was first, like, trying to hire the party that there was an ulterior motives of, like, oh, what if he killed this kid's mom because he was in love with her or whatever, and now he wants the kid for himself. I don't know. Maybe that might have just been the that was probably on the wrong track. I don't think that was the right vibe. So I think he's honestly just the dude who's just trying to like, put together,
Yep.
run a household, do a life, he's got adventurers here, they're spicing things up, but he's rolling with the punches rather well.
That's good.
So,
see, you know what? I love that.
Lady Mosdell likes my shirt. Thank you. May the forest be with you. I love it a lot.
So such a W. Go. It's such a W. What?
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to get it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Star Wars in my card. Like
actually though, now that I'm thinking about it, Ye might be my favorite NPC. That guy just like the Bens, he just keeps showing up.
That's right. That's true. That's true. W Ye. W. You know what?
Oh, I forgot.
Who's the cool guy? Ye is a cool guy.
I also forgot to show. I did not pick this out just for this show. This just happens to be the mug that I'm using right now for my water. My brother got it for me. It's a V20.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I don't have anything other than water in it because, as you can imagine, with a weird small triangle-shaped opening, it's kind of it's a little weird to clean out. So I've decided I'm just sticking with water in it. No other drinks.
That is so valid. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It'd be hard to clean. Oh, dang it. I'm still tempted to buy it though. Did it come in other colors or is it just red?
I don't know. It was a gift.
That's
I have no idea.
I'm gonna sleuth. I'm gonna see if I can find one because that's super slay. Vodka cleans itself.
Vodka cleans itself? Oh, that is so valid.
It's true.
All right, be right back.
Oh my gosh.
The same mug. Awesome, besties.
You have the same. That's so cool. You know what? Hikaru and Mini are mug besties right now, and I love that. Okay. So, Mini, I know we've played video games together on more than one occasion, so I know you're a pro gamer, okay? If you had to choose your top 3 games right now, what would they be?
Okay, I think right now is a good classification for things. So the first one I'm going to start off with is a game that I just started playing last night that I've really gotten into. Helldivers 2. I got that one. Yeah, because my brother and I, we live in different states, and so we've had a tradition on Saturday nights. Is our game night, and usually for the past 2.5 years, the only 2 games we've had that we've got between are Dead by Daylight and Rainbow Six Siege. But recently he told me that he had bought Helldivers 2 and was enjoying it, and I know I have some friends that haven't enjoyed it, so I just decided to finally go ahead and buy it, and I played it for first time last night, and I am enjoying it.
Heck yeah, that's so awesome.
So that's definitely one of my top games. One of my top games that's like in perpetuity, but also right now is one of my top games is Final Fantasy XIV. They just came out with a new expansion. I am not playing that because I am far behind. I'm on expansion number 3, and they just came out with expansion number 5. But like I finally got into like the main story of expansion number 3, so like I'm on a roll. There's some good stuff happening. I'm on like a parallel world basically, and where some shit happened. And I'm gonna try to see if I can save them. Yeah. I'm very excited. Okay, and then for a third game, I think I might have to go with Dead by Daylight, because I've met so many friends through it, and I've formed a lot of friendships with people just because they were like friends of a friends or whatever, and then I ended up playing DBD with them and ended up becoming friends. Like that's one of the games that you and I have played together. I've played it with Sleepy, with Monk, with Leon, with Derp, with oh my gosh, so many other people that aren't even involved in this stream.
Right.
And I just love playing it with people, Yeah.
Yep. Those are some great games. Some W games right there. I'm sure our audience agrees. I know looks like Hikaru definitely agrees with Final Fantasy 14 in there.
Yeah.
100%.
White mage, man. I'm a support class all the way. It doesn't matter what game I am. I'm just support class coded, so I play a white mage, which is like the most healerish healer there.
Heck yeah. So rad. That's so rad. I haven't played it before, so maybe one day. Also, Monk says you're cracked at DBD, and I have to agree. You definitely.
Oh, thank you. I've had some good moments. I will say that, but I mean,
let me tell you, you are definitely cracked at DBD. Definitely. 110%.
Well, thank you.
All right. Another question coming in from Yanye. How would 1 year ago Minnie view your current lifestyle? It's a very deep question.
Lifestyle, interesting. Well, I think probably definitely, no, not probably, definitely the biggest thing about 1 year ago Vinny versus now Vinny is that I know one thing that I was definitely feeling after I moved down here was lonely. I moved down here without a support group from
Mm-hmm.
Alaska, and definitely it was, I've had to learn to become more extroverted, learn how to make friends again. In a sense, it's hard when you're an adult and such. And
Right.
there was even a little niggling sense about me that was just always like, I also, it's been a while since I've been in a romantic relationship. It would be, really nice, and I don't know
Right.
how viable that's going to be down here, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess it is what it is. But now I'm in a happy, long distance relationship, and we've been
Mm-hmm.
going together for like, oh gosh, like about 6 months now, I think. And I got to visit her in person last month for the first time, and yeah, I think that'd be the biggest thing, is that Minnie from 1 year ago would be so proud of me, and not just for being in a relationship, but for taking like the first step. Like, I was the one that reached out and was like, hey, so it turns out I got some of these like romantical style feelings about you, and like I'm just gonna like push the feelings your way, and not no expectations, just so you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can still be friends. That's cool. And then she apparently felt the same way, so that was cool.
Oh, you guys are so cute. Every time. Every time I see you guys in a VC, I'm like, should I go in there? I don't want to interrupt. They're so
I mean,
precious.
it's a
Oh,
I mean, they're public VCs. I mean, it, yeah. If we wanted to be private, we just have a private VC.
that's true. That's true. But still, I always love popping in to say hello to you guys too. I think that's so cute. Oh,
Gosh, yeah.
you guys are so adorable. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad
Yay,
that past you would be super proud of you today. So
yay.
that's so wholesome. That's such a good
Sleepy, I
answer.
hope
Oh
you're
my goodness.
listening. I'm being gay. That's her, by the way. That's my girlfriend.
Ooh, so cute. So cute. Okay. Moving on to some D&D related questions.
Yes, we have to do
What
this one.
was your very first D&D character?
All right. Yes, I was very excited for this question.
Yeah.
Not that I knew the questions in advance at all. So totally hearing this for the first time just now. But my very first D&D character was a half elf cleric, and this was actually in my D&D group that I'm in with Leon, and actually this was
Mm-hmm.
a campaign run by his fiance Arby, and
Mm-hmm.
I had known nothing about D&D, and so I jumped in, and I was like, oh, I want to be some sort of elfish character. I'll be a half elf. Oh, I want to be like a magic character. Ooh, these clerics sound cool. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is jumping in at level 8. And they're one of those classes where they prepare their spells every day, so they get a lot of options to choose from, and that was
Gotcha.
very overwhelming. So it took me
Yeah.
a while to figure out how to really learn that. But since
Mm-hmm.
then, she's become a powerhouse healer. Um,
Heck yeah.
Gosh, like how best to characterize her? Like, I love her so much. Gosh, I love her so much. Oh, fun fact about her is that when I started with her, I had some really good stats starting out. So
Mm-hmm.
her wisdom and her constitution were the same. Because I was like, oh yeah, the book says that you should have your constitution be your second highest stat. So I'll go by the book. And then I ended up later. I've maxed out her constitution now. That's her highest stat at 20, and she's now proficient in saving throws. So she is a tank. She has slightly more hit points than our paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's crazy.
Gosh. Oh, and at where we left off, we were at level 17, and she had ended up taking 2 levels into fighter, which
No.
is like an amazing like organic character growth kind of thing, where I had no idea starting off that she would go that way, but that ended up just being like the organic part of her character. And Leon's character, who is a fighter, helped train her to get her proficient with heavy armor, and just
Cool.
gosh, I love her a lot. She's like we were very much like epic heroes
Mm-hmm.
in that campaign. So like we traveled like halfway across the world and into the Shadowfell to like stop this giant like cloud that was like eating or kidnapping people or whatever. Gosh, it's been so long, I
Yo.
don't remember all the details. once the fighter got decapitated and I was a high enough level that I was able to just use a spell to reattach his head to his body and then use another spell to revive him. Like,
Yo, that's wild,
it was
actually.
baller. I once took about during this same stretch of the campaign, I once took about 100 points of damage in a single hit, and that was only about like 2/3 of my hit points or so. So I was beefy. Yeah, that was you, Mr. No Head. Which, by the way, that was a traumatizing incident. I hope you know. Traumatizing incident. Anyway, sorry. I know I'm rambling on here. I could talk for ages about Val.
Good.
I love her. I love her so.
Speaking of crazy situations, what is the craziest move that you've ever pulled in a D&D game?
In a D&D campaign?
Yes.
Craziest move.
Yeah.
I'm not imaginative to like flick a cigarette into flammable gas.
Right.
So I haven't done anything crazy like that. One of the proudest, weirdest things I've done is that with my character in Leon's campaign, actually, he is a druid, and he's actually been able to make the spell Sleet Storm work for him like 2 or 3 times. Where like Sleet Storm is one of those spells where it doesn't feel like it's such of a high priority spell because it doesn't do any damage. What it does is it obscures a very large radius with like, you know, fog and stuff, so it's literally obscured, you can't see through it, and then there's a bunch of like sleet and rain falling through it, so whenever you start your turn there, you have to make a dex save or fall prone. And actually at like 2 different times we ended up in situations where we were fighting a ton of enemies, and I happened to have Sleet Storm prepared and used it to help basically lessen the wave of enemies against us. Yeah, and actually the second time I did that, I earned the ire of a mage that was in that party who then cast Feeble Mind on me and made me dumb.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's wild. That just sounds like...
Yeah, so sort of like Fog Cloud, but more, because Fog Cloud is only like a 20-foot radius, and it's just fog, so it's just obscuring. Sleet Storm is a 40-foot radius, so that's 80 feet from one side to the other, and it is the fog plus it is the sleet of, you know, being able to make someone fall prone. Oh yeah, I forget, when you fall prone, that's that's half your movement to get back up, so that significantly reduces you trying to move through this 40-foot radius cloud.
Yep.
So
jeez, that sounds insane.
So yeah, that was crazy because Leon was through like a bajillion guys, and I was like, on the first turn, I was like, oh god, that's too many guys. Sleet Storm. Yep. And so it was like, instead of us fighting a bunch of guys, it was like 1 guy would pop through a turn, and then 2 more guys would pop through, and then a couple more guys would pop through. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that sounds insane. Like, I can't imagine like an 80-foot diameter, this giant cloud, and it's just like sleet and like fog and like everything, and it's just like, it just sucks.
Especially when the DM describes it, because like it's not, there's no like wind or anything, so there's no audio noise, so you can hear the people, like, you know, slip. You can hear the people. This is like the best part.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are running a little bit lower on time, so which of the last 2 questions would you prefer? Because we have time for 1 more.
Okay. What were those questions again?
So we've got superpower, or what's the scariest thing you've ever done?
I'll talk about the scariest things because I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I would say the scariest thing that I've ever done was moving from Alaska to Oregon. I did that about 2.5 years ago. I was born and raised in Alaska, so lived there my entire life. And when moving down to Oregon, I did not have any friends down here. I did not have any family down here. I was making a total leap of faith, and overall, I think it's worked out. You know, where I am is not like it's not where I'm going to stay forever. I do love Oregon and the Pacific Northwest, so I think this is the right region. I haven't found the right place yet, but this was a good place to move into to start and get my feet down here. And yeah, that was a lot of scary, and I've definitely doubted myself since then. But overall, it was probably it was a good move to do.
Heck yeah!
Oh, one
I'm
moment.
proud of you.
Get
Heck
out of
yeah.
here. Be gone, thought.
Oh,
There we go.
thank you, Minnie.
But yeah, but I'm blessed that I have such great I have such great family. So both my parents came with me for a couple days when I first moved down here to help me get acquainted with stuff, and I've got great friends who I've kept in touch with all this time. That was one thing that I was really worried about, was that previously I lived with Leon and Arby and Abrica in an apartment,
Right.
and throughout COVID we were still able to meet regularly and play D&D, and we were so close. I was worried that would get strained, but it really hasn't. I'd say we're still like really close, and yeah, it was super scary, but I think I've made it work.
Heck yeah. I think that's so awesome. I think like distance can be like a really scary thing, especially when you're so used to having that like tight knit like accessibility to like people in the tangible space, and then you all of a sudden you're just kind of like ripped from that, and you're like, oh, I hope I don't drift. I hope I hope we're still as close as we were, and it's so awesome that once you move, you're still closer than ever, if not more so.
I will say I live by myself though, and I hate living by myself. I found out I go a little crazy with bachelor living because I don't have those other influences there to keep me in check.
That
Nope,
is
I
so
can
valid.
just let things clutter up on my stove and not wear pants and all that jazz.
Not wearing pants is such a vibe. I mean, honestly, that's fantastic. Okay.
I know we're running short on time, but really quickly before we go,
Yes.
because we talked about my D&D characters, Val and Dimple, who I
Mhm.
love.
Yeah.
I think I've shown them off before, but I'm going to show them off again because I got tattoos for each of them. So this one
Yes.
is for Val, my cleric. It's a stylized holy symbol, so it's a starburst shape, but with crescent moons in there, because that's another holy symbol of hers. And then the swords are because fighter-esque. And this was drawn for me by Leon's fiance Arby. I love her so much. And then this one, I got this one first for my druid character Dimple because he died. There was a whole big thing about that. But he was a druid, so rabbit was his favorite animal to turn into, and the staff and wreath is the holy symbol of Melora, the nature god. So
Heck yeah. I just think your tattoos are so slay. Like what?
gosh, I love them so much.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, so we should probably start wrapping up the halftime show. So a huge thank you to Minnie for joining us today. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being my interviewee today.
Of course.
Yeah. And next week we will be continuing the season 2 IRL Tavern episodes with a drink inspired by Evelyn. And then the next week we will be continuing our season 2 cast and crew interview series. So
Wait, do the heart thing again.
Hmm?
Do the heart thing again. Which fingers were you using?
This one.
No.
So it's like
okay.
okay.
So you draw like the thumbs away.
Yeah, so like pretend like you're flipping somebody off with both your middle fingers. I'm not gonna do it on camera because that's probably I don't fully understand Twitch TOS.
Instinctively.
So, and then put them down. Like I'm gonna use my pointer fingers to show you, but like put them down like this. Put your middle fingers down.
Oh,
like
those
this.
ones are the down ones. Oh.
Yep, and then shoot your
Ew.
index fingers up, and then you can make a heart.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Soren.
Yeah, of course. Also, Snorp, I see you. I love you. I saw you come in. I appreciate you so much.
We love Snorp.
Okay, so before we officially start wrapping up, I do want to remind you all to drink water, eat something, and stretch. Self-care is super, super important, and sometimes we forget. I forget all the time. So please remember to take breaks, drink your water, and eat some solid sustenance today. We love and appreciate you all, and we really want you to take care of yourselves. So go drink some water, go eat some food, and get plenty of rest. And learn how to do the heart thing with me. Alrighty, so we are going to start wrapping up. Thank you all for hanging out with us in the Fireweed Inn and Tavern. We want to take a quick moment to recognize those who popped in chat so far today and the followers gained so far in Season 2, Episode 8 of Gaming Related. There are a lot of names on this list. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your name. I will try my very best to get them right. So first up we have Sid. Thank you for the sub, homie. Really appreciate it. We've got Monkey Boots, We've got Vero, Yanier, thank you for the gift sub to Feedle. We've got Jesse, Jelly Ghost, Kippo, Skunk. Skunk, thank you for the sub and the 200 biddies, homie. Really appreciate it. We've got Lady Mustella, the Dirty Rollers RPG, Cthulhu GOS, Psy, Grim Quest, thank you for the raid. Cost925, Nexter, Dragon Cat 4181, Pilot Bunny, Feedle, Goblin Tuesday, thank you guys so much for the raid. Green Dragon Koi, Campfire Stories, Wunatuna, Uptaria, Sunflower, FLC Windtalker, Linessa Estrid, Carter, Ari, and Snorp, thank you for the sub, and the cast and crew. Thank you Hikaru, Leon, and Sleepy for the subs, and thank you Minnie for the gift sub to Jelly Ghost and the 60 biddies. And thank you Derp for the 30 biddies. Thank you Leon for the raid at the beginning. You guys are all so amazing. I really appreciate you. And thank you for the hype train at the beginning as well. So slay. We appreciate you all so much. And those of you returning, welcome back. And to those of you new to Gaming Related, welcome. We are happy to have you all here. And before we direct your attention back to Monk and the Leadcast, don't forget to check out our social media platforms on TikTok, YouTube, Discord, Twitter, and Instagram for clips, announcements, and other fun content. Thank you all for joining us for Season 2, Episode 8 of the Fireweed Inn-terview show. We hope to see you all next Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the second half of Gaming Related.